Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So it's been a while since I've done a pickups unboxing style video on my channel, and boy have I got a crazy one for you here. I think this is one of the most insane deals I've ever bought on eBay, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. Also because it has a very interesting story in that, well, this giant box of PS2 games that I bought here, I actually bought this a few months ago. I bought it and I checked to make sure everything was in there, which it was. You know, everything is still wrapped up in bubble wrap, but I counted everything's in there, and I'm like, all right, let's save this, let's unbox this on my YouTube channel, make a nice comeback, right? Obviously, that took a few months longer than I anticipated, but here we are. But this is the more interesting thing, right? In those few months that I've been holding on to this, when I bought this, which I did pay $1,000, it was actually a bit more. I sent an offer, I got it, and I got it for $1,000. You might be like, wow, that's really expensive. But when I bought this, it was already a crazy deal, and in the span of the few months that this has been sitting around, the value of this box has gone up by about $1,000. Okay, just to give you an idea of what is in this box. So we're gonna break it down, and in the end, we're gonna see if I come out on top. I might actually, you know, once I'm done selling these games at conventions and holding onto the ones that I want for my collection, I might actually be getting paid to hold on to some of the extra games in here that I wanted to play and keep. So what do you say we get started? Let's unbox this thing. It's just filled with solid bricks of PS2 games, okay? So every brick is different. There's a different selection of games in there, just to show you. Well, actually, that might give some spoilers. So let's just pull out one brick at a time. We'll start with this one here. Nice solid bricks, as you can see. Oh, you might be catching a glimpse there. Yeah. So when this lot originally appeared, it was a newly listed lot, and I immediately was drawn to it because the title was very bare. It was just something like PS2 Lot of Games or something. And it had some good games in there, so I immediately went to work, started pricing everything out. It probably took me about 8 minutes or so to figure out the value of the lot, which at the time I placed at about $1,800 on average for all the games. So I was already like, okay, if I buy this lot for $1,000, which I did finance, by the way. I did the 6 months no interest financing, paid that off in a couple months. And I was like, all right, so even if I get this lot now, this is like, as PS2 games were going up, I was like, if I buy this now and, you know, get about $800 worth of games discounted, I'm okay with that. But boy, am I glad I bought this lot now. Why? Well, let's just start with the top two games here. First up, Drakengard. Okay, if you are unaware, this series is starting to go pretty crazy in price because of the new release of Nier and Nier's popularity in general, and also because, well, it's an exclusive RPG series on the PS2, so you know how that goes, right? When I bought this, and I have a list here because I have my original list when I was pricing this out. When I bought this lot, Drakengard 1 was only worth $60. This game recently spiked to about $250. Now, I'm being conservative here because the price has come down a little bit. Currently, the value of this is about $150. The price is coming down, so I have adjusted the final value of this lot accordingly. But just to give you an idea, right, this was $60 in the lot when I bought it, and guess what is next? Drakengard 2, which I do need. I needed Drakengard 2. I'm going to be selling Drakengard at a convention. All these games, by the way, all the extras that I already have already, I'm either going to swap around the components like discs, manuals, cases, like, so I keep the better condition stuff and sell the ones that are in not as good of condition, because back then I did buy a lot of games from GameStop and EB Games and stuff like that. So, you know, these are in much better condition usually than the ones I have. Whatever I plan on selling in terms of extras, I'm going to sell at a convention. I sell at conventions a lot, local conventions, and that's how I'm going to go about it. So we're going to break it down at the end here and see if I'm going to profit, break even, what's going to be the deal. Drakengard 2, when I bought this lot, was worth $80, and that is now worth about $180. Okay, so crazy. We got the Drakengard series, one of which I will keep because I need it. We got a copy of Castlevania Lament of Innocence, which I do have already, but this I could already tell you is in better condition than the one I own. When I bought this lot, it was worth about $25. It is now worth about $40 in the span of a few months. And I do think this one will keep going up because, well, that's the only place you can play that Castlevania, and you know how that goes with exclusive Castlevanias. Here's a big hitter. One of my favorite games. Oh, gee, look at that. It's like I'm seeing double. Huh. Very odd. Do you guys see that? Maybe my camera's glitching out a little bit there. This is Klonoa 2, one of my favorite platformers, and wow, this game is going up big time. Okay, so let me see here. When I bought this lot, this game was only worth, well, only, quote unquote, it was worth $75. It is now worth $175 on average, upwards of $200 plus if it's a mint condition. And let's check this one. This is in mint. The disc has not a single scratch on it. And my disc might actually have a few scratches on it, so I'll be probably keeping this one, swap it out, keep the good condition copy. So that's a huge price increase there. That adds a lot of value to this lot. And then lastly here we have Monokemia 2, Fall of Alchemy. This is of course just the standard DVD case version. However, oh, and by the way, all these games are complete. However, this game is still worth $70. There has been no price increase on this one, but this is still worth $70. I will be holding on to that one because I don't own that game. We got another brick. Let's see what we got in here. There are some huge games in here, by the way. We have yet to get to the biggest heavy hitters in this lot. One of which has gone up insane in value. By the way, if you guys like these kind of pickups videos, leave a comment, let me know. Leave a like. Your likes let me know what kind of content you guys like the most. So if you want to see more sort of mystery unboxing style videos, you know, I get lots like this occasionally. Just let me know, and I'll be sure to, you know, think about doing more of these in the future as I try to rediscover what I want, you know, the direction of my channel to be. Alrighty, oh, this is it. This is the brick of all bricks of PS2 games right here. All right. So this is the big daddy of them all. So when I bought this lot, this game was worth $150, and I knew this game was going to keep going up, right? It was just steadily climbing and climbing. You guys ready? And I don't own this, so this is like the big one. Tulip. Now, Tulip kind of kills me because I remember back in the day, there used to be sealed copies of this on eBay for like 30, 40 bucks or whatever it was, and I was like, I'll wait. I could always pick it up. There's plenty of sealed copies of Tulip, and guess what? They dried up, they were sold out, and last year this game started climbing, 80, 100, 120, 150. The game is sometimes even going for more than $300 now. It's a Natsume game, super unique, from the devs over that did the Moon Remix RPG, if any of you picked that up recently. I have been super excited for this game. Yes, I know it's available digitally, but that's how collectors do things, right? We'd like to have the original copies when possible, and this is the way to do it, right? Instead of spending $300 for this game, which I definitely would have not spent individually, just wait until the end of the video as I break everything down for you guys. Spoilers, I may actually be getting paid to put this into my collection, okay? Probably. So I'm very excited to check out Tulip, which I will be streaming. And once again, for those of you that are unaware, I did recently set up a second new channel called PeteDorr Plays. I'll have a link to it right up here. You can click on that. It'll bring you over to my new channel, and also in the description of the video, where select streams that I do, if I deem them worthy, I'll be uploading them to my YouTube channel. So if you don't come to my Twitch streams, you can just watch the VOD on YouTube. So I hope you guys have been enjoying that, and thanks to all that have subscribed to that. But we got more here. We got MS Saga: A New Dawn. Now this is a game I have already, and this is a turn-based RPG Gundam game, oddly enough. Not a lot of people are even aware that this exists. It's kind of under the radar, and it has been climbing in price. When I bought this lot, this was worth $100. It's now worth about $130. I think the price on this will continue to climb, and I have played this. It's actually pretty good. The downside is the battles are very slow. Otherwise, it's a pretty fantastic turn-based RPG, especially if you're a big fan of Gundam. I really like the customization that they give to you in the Gundams in this game. So I'll be selling this, and this is going to be giving me back about $130 on this lot. Okay, I needed this one, and ooh, that is a pretty cover. This is nice and super mint. Very heavy game, wow. Okay, yeah, that's because it's double disc and the manual is gigantic. We got Grow Lancer Generations. Now I have Grow Lancer, oh yeah, I have Grow Lancer Heritage of War, so I was about to correct myself there. But I didn't have this one, and that's a very pretty cover. I have a weakness for foil covers. I like how they foiled the logo on that. Yeah, never played this. I'm sure I'll sample this at some point in the future. This looks pretty complex, however. It looks like a really long RPG. Huge party size. But yeah, that's one I'm going to be adding to my collection. All right, next brick. Ooh, this is a big one. We got a big one here. 5 games. There are 23 games in total. All these games are pretty much mint. All right, so let's see. Let's start with a... Ooh, here's a good one. You guys ready? Another heavy hitter. Now, this is going to replace the copy I have, because the copy I have is definitely not in the best of condition. And, yep, mint. Like a 9.5 disc out of 10. God Hand. Now, I do have God Hand, but it's a kind of beat-up GameStop copy with all the stickers all over the label of the game and everything, so... Excellent condition copy of God Hand going in my collection. This is one that I have been wanting to revisit for a while. I played this like, well over a decade ago. It's been a long time. And I don't remember what I thought of this game, actually. I think I just sampled it. So this will be one that I'm probably streaming maybe sometime this year. I'll upload that to my YouTube, my second YouTube channel, if you want to check out what my thoughts are on God Hand, because we all know the story behind this one, right? One of the quote-unquote worst games of all time that secretly a lot of people love, so it's going to be interesting to check this out. My other copy of God Hand I should be able to sell for around $150. When I bought this lot, that was worth about... Oh, where is it? It was worth about $120, and it is now worth about $200. So my condition would probably go for about $150. All right, let's go through these ones a little bit faster. We got Mana Chemia, another game that I do not have the first Mana Chemia, so I do have both. This goes very cheap, probably one of the cheaper games in the lot. $30 game, now worth about $40. There's a lot of sealed copies of that available quite readily. This is another one that I needed for my collection. Kind of happy to have this because, well, I was not going to buy the expensive Wii version. Always been curious to try this out. Dokapon Kingdom. So this is, as many of you know, one of the most expensive games on the Wii. PS2 version, not quite as bad. And this one is about the same price. It's about a $70 game. So happy to have that. This will be one that I sell. This one has gone up in price big time over the years, and that is Eternal Poison. I still have yet to play my original copy of Eternal Poison. Actually, no, I take that back. I did sample it, but my memory on what I thought of it, because it was only for a few hours, I think. I bought it when it was sealed for like 20 bucks back in the day. I'll be selling this. This game went up big. This is now, it was 120 when I bought the lot. It's now worth 140, so this is $140 profit right there. And the nice thing at conventions, unless somebody is like paying with a credit card, if I'm getting cash, I don't got to worry about eBay fees, which is nice, because then I'll be profiting pure 100% for people that pay with cash. Just a small, percentage for people that pay with a credit card. Now this is one that I will be selling because I do actually already have the limited edition box set of this from way back in the day, back when nobody cared about this game, and you can get it for like 20 bucks, and that is Growlancer Heritage of War. Now, despite this not having the cardboard box, this is still actually worth upwards of $100. This is worth about $60 when I bought the lot. It's now worth upwards of $100. This is going up big time. Apparently the Growlancer series is getting a lot of popularity lately. Oh boy, we got another good brick here. Yeah, we got some good ones in here. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. I usually, I started straying away from these kind of pickups unboxing videos because, well, I want to be able to give impressions on the games that I buy, but I think this is a pretty unique scenario, right, where breaking down the price of the lot, and in the end we're going to see kind of how I came out on top. This is how I used to collect a lot back in the day. I used to buy lots, price it out before I bought it, to figure out, can I break even? Can I actually profit once I'm done kind of selling off everything I have and, add games to my collection for free? So this is kind of a nice throwback. It's very hard to do this these days. It's a lot harder than it used to be to kind of buy a lot and, break even or actually make a profit. I don't buy these lots specifically for the purpose of making money. That's just a bonus if it happens to happen. I buy them because it's a nice way to add games to my collection for practically next to nothing or free if the price works out. Alrighty, we got another heavy hitter. Next one up, Rad Robot Alchemic Drive, another game that I bought back in the day around when it came out. Loved this game. Oh, very complex, very hard learning curve. It's the game where you control the giant robots with your controller, where the buttons act as like one leg, so you kind of like one leg forward. You control the arms separately, you control everything separately, so it's like you're controlling a remote control robot. There are other games that sort of control that way from Japan, but this is the only one that really ever made it to the United States. This is better condition than my copy that I have, so I'll be swapping components around, and this, when I bought the lot, was worth $120. It's now worth $150. I'm sure a lot of you remember back in the day when this was only like a $30 game. Okay, we got another one that I do not own, and I'll be sticking this in my collection, and I'm actually very excited to try this one out. And that is Ribbit King. Been going up big time on GameCube. The PS2 version of this is worth about $80 right now. So this is a golf game, but it's a different type of golf game where you play as these little rabbit guys and you hit frogs, like you slam down on these I don't know what you would call it, but you send frogs flying, sort of in a golf style game. And I've actually never played this game in particular, but I have played the first game in the series, which was actually on PS1 and only came out in Japan. And that was a lot of fun. So definitely checking out Ribbit King at some point. Once again, if I check it out, I'll post it on my second YouTube channel. Here's another really awesome one that I'm looking forward to adding to my collection. May even make an appearance this October when I start playing all my horror games in October on my streams, and very excited to have this one because the price is getting kind of crazy. Castlevania Curse of Darkness. Now this, when I bought the lot, this has gone up huge. This used to be worth about $50, and in a few months it's now worth nearly $100, doubled in price in just a few months. I have never really watched too much on this game, so I'm going to be going into this completely blind, figuring out, how this Castlevania game is compared to Lament of Innocence. So that'll be fun. And here's another one that I needed, another one I'm very excited to add because this has been getting pretty expensive too, and that is Gradius or Gradius 5. And this was worth 65 when I'm 65 when I bought it. It's now worth about 80. And you guys know how shoot 'em ups go, especially when they're exclusive for a console. It will continue to climb. I do love shoot 'em ups. They're pretty hard to stream because you got to be really focused. But let's see, we got 2 more bricks left. I do my best to play them in front of an audience when I can. Okay, we'll do this one next. We'll save this one for last. This one here is a brick of 4 games. Alright. Oh yeah, there's some pretty good ones in here too. I think that's a common theme, right? Okay, this is one that I do own. I don't remember what my original condition was on this. And this is one that I think is going to continue to climb in price. So I'll probably hold on to this for a while. Because I do feel in the years to come, this game will probably be worth double or triple what it's currently worth right now. Let's see. So when I bought this lot, it was worth about 60. It's worth about 70 to 80 now. And it's Kingsfield, the Ancient City. I still really have yet to dive into the Kingsfield series. The extent of my experience with it is really Eternal Ring and Shadow Tower Abyss. So I'm not really sure which Kingsfield I want to start with. Do I want to start with the Ancient City? Do I want to start with the originals on PlayStation 1? Or even the Japanese original on the Japanese PS1? I don't know. But this is a good one to have. I'm going to be holding on to that because, yeah, I think that game's going to be going up a lot over the years. Here's another one where I'm going to swap out components because I do already own this, but it's another game that I do feel is going to go up a lot in the future, and that is Dual Hearts, a game that not a lot of people are really even aware of on the PS2. A sort of action, puzzly, very colorful, very quirky action RPG adventure game. And this one hasn't gone up too much. Let's see here. It was worth 90. It's still worth 90, so it hasn't gone up in price at all in the months since I bought this lot. But I would recommend that if you're a fan of quirky adventure RPGs. Next one I needed, and this is Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented. This will go in great for a future October stream, and I've never checked out Fatal Frame 3, but I have been going back. I beat Fatal Frame 1 this past October. I've played Fatal Frame 2. I loved Fatal Frame 1. That was a lot of fun, despite how difficult it could be at times. I played the Xbox version. Now, this is kind of a weird one because there's actually a lot of sealed copies of this available. So it was worth 50. It's still worth 50. Who the heck knows what's going to happen to that in the future? But for now, the price is pretty much the same. Here's another one, not worth too much. I think this is like $30 or so, but this is Grim War. Yeah, this is 30, still worth 30. Pretty common PS2 RPG, one of the easier ones to get. I remember picking that up. That's another one I'll be selling around when it came out. Don't remember caring for it too much, but my memory is very vague. We got the last brick. This one knocks out a series, so we get both games in the series. So let's start with the one that is not part of that series, and that's Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. This will be one that I'm selling. This game has been going up big time. It was worth 60 when I bought it. It's worth 80 now, but before that, this game used to be like 30 bucks. So it's getting up there. Recently, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 was re-released as like a HD version across all current gen platforms, and I can't remember if it's on PC or not. But this one might get the same treatment in the future, which is kind of interesting. Hopefully it does. I never really played too much Dark Alliance 2. I played way more of the first, but this is going to be one that I swap around components and sell. It's worth about 80 bucks, so that'll be helping pay for the lot. And then this is a series that I do not believe I had any of these, but let's just show them both at the same time. That is R. Tonelico 1 and R. Tonelico 2. The combined value of these is It's about 120 and 70. I think the second one was 120, I believe, and the second one is 70. But combined value, they're about $150 together. So I will be holding on to these, but I might part with these in the future down the line. If I might try them, if I'm not too into them, I don't think I'd have too much of a problem parting with these from my collection. All right, so I did the work and did all the math here for you guys, and it's time to break down exactly what did I really end up paying for this lot after all is said and done with the increasing value in these games after a few months. So keep in mind I paid, let's just say I paid $1,100. I don't remember what the exact amount was with tax and everything. So right now, with the current value of these games as of making this video, everything is worth, conservatively here, I'm not going like super high end with the highest prices that these games are selling for. We're keeping it, somewhat realistic here. $2,555 is the approximate value. So that means that overall, these games have gone up by about $1,500 of my purchase price, and they've gone up by about $900 in the span of a few months from what they used to be worth a few months ago. Because before, last time when I added this up before I bought it, they were worth about $1,700, right? So $800 or $900, give or take. So that's pretty crazy, right? So once I sell everything, the games that I plan on selling at conventions and whatnot, I should make back, maybe even more in the future, because who knows what they'll be worth by the time I'm selling at a convention later this year. They're currently, if I sell them right now, $1,155, which means that, currently I'm pretty much going to break even, make a teeny bit of profit. So down the line, if some of these games continue to go up, I might even be profiting and being paid to add these to my collection. Once again, not the purpose of buying this lot. It's just a nice way to think that, gee, I just added a bunch of cool games to my collection that I didn't have before that, I want to play. And it pretty much, in the end, doesn't cost me anything, which is really awesome. So hope you guys enjoyed the mystery PS2 lot unboxing. Hope you enjoyed the price breakdown. Once again, if you enjoy these kind of videos and this kind of content, make sure to leave a like. It lets me know that you want to see more unboxing videos like this in the future. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, check out the second gameplay channel that I just opened up down below in the description. And have a good one. See you in the next video.